paper crafters, this is Colette. Today I'm continuing my journey with the beautiful collection of shabby chic products from that gorgeous Etsy store, Cherish the Memories. And this is one of their 3D sheets. And today I want to show you some tips and tricks on how I pull together my 3D elements and how I decorate the beautiful step card that I did in a recent video. So this sheet here, we have got a couple that I've used already. This was the chair one that you might have seen. And oops, this one here was actually the beautiful frame and vase that again you might have seen on a previous video. So I'm going to show you how I put these together. So the first thing I do with my sheet is I will flip it over after identifying the ones that belong together. So here we've got a beautiful teacup on a table or tray with some lovely flowers. So you look at this, sometimes they're numbered, this one isn't, but you take the largest and that's the one that goes first, then you take the next largest, that's the second, and so on. Now to get these out of here, what I do is I flip them over onto a nice foam mat, and I take a nice ball tool. It's a really big one, this is a plastic one, and you can either rub this in soap or you can rub it in your hair, and that will just enable it to flow more beautifully on the paper. Then what you do is you start to rub the back of your sheets. Now this does two things. You can see it's actually releasing it from those little nodules that hold it on this base paper, and it also starts a little bit of the shaping process. So that is how easy that one is to come out. And then I'm going to do exactly the same for all the other pieces. So just around and around we go, and you can see that's already out, and I'm not sure if you can see there, it's already partly shaped, which is great. So I'm going to continue and do these other ones. So these are all my pieces now actually rubbed out of the backing, and you can see they are slightly shaped. The next thing I do is, if you look at some of these pieces, there are going to be these tiny little nodules where they were attached to that base page. You can get a sanding block and sand them out. What I usually do is just wet my finger and rub that along, and they just disappear. So I think that's the easiest way to get rid of those little nodules. So these pieces have now had the little nodules removed, and they have already had a nice shaping with the release from the base paper. If you want to shape them more, you certainly can do, and it's simply a case of rolling them on the back and then just gently rubbing around the sides. You don't want to go really hard, because what will happen is you'll end up with creases in the paper. So we're just going around those edges. Don't forget to pop the tool in your hair or in some soap, so you can see how nicely that one now is shaped and how pronounced that is in its form, I guess. So if you want to, you can do that with the rest of them. Now if you want, you can get a light pencil, you can get a zig marker, and you can go along and edge those. This is such a light design, I don't think I need to do that. I'm happy with how it looks. Sometimes with really dark designs you get a little bit of a white edge showing, and that's when you maybe take a black zig pen, use the calligraphy end, and just run that around the design. It's not essential though. So we're now ready to create our tower. Now you can get a whole range of things for this. I like to use these squares, and they come in different widths. So this is a 1mm and this is a 2mm, so you can get different layers. If you have many pieces that need to be towered on top, you'll have to put more of the 1mm layers down, because it just becomes too big and bulky for posting. But I always like to start off with the bottom piece on a number 2. So I'm going to pop on the back of this some number 2 dots. Now when I'm doing it, I don't like to go too close to the edge, simply because I've got a bit of shape happening there, and if I go close to the edge, the whole thing is going to sit rigid rather than soft, having just the pad in the center. So that's all I've done on the back of that one, and I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to just turn that over, and I'm not going to take the backs of these off just yet. I'm going to continue with this one on my number 2s, my 2mm foam dots, and I'm going to pop these down. Now you can of course use silicone gel or scrap dots to do this. The only thing is I feel that it needs a bit of drying time, and when you put the layers on top of each other, unless you're very gentle, you can squash them down, which I guess dissipates that need for this lovely tower to be raised up. So I'm happy with that one. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this on top of this one here. So I've taken the backs off of my little sticky dots, my 2mm dots, and what I've got here is some Mono Aqua, which is a really light water-based glue. You can use a PVA glue, it really doesn't matter. But what I do is I actually put this glue on the back of these sticky dots. So they've been peeled off, and I've just applied glue on top. Now the reason that I do that is that when I pop this down, I can slip and slide this so it gets exactly into the position that I need. If I didn't put that wet glue on, I couldn't slip and slide it in place. So it's a really great little tip, that. Okay, so that's exactly as I want that. And I'm going to continue with the next piece. I'm going to do this in 2mm as well. So exactly the same, on with the 2mm foam, peel off the backing, on with my light water-based glue, and slip and slide it into position. So it goes directly on top of the same element down below. So you can see we're starting to get that lovely raised 3D look. And because this tower is really not too big, actually, yep, I'm going to use a 1mm foam on top of this, because I think it doesn't need to be too much higher. Now of course, if you need smaller pieces, you just cut your foam down. And what I will often do is just take one of the edge pieces and just literally snip this into little pieces all the way down, and then I'll just pick off little pieces as I need them. So on with the wet glue. And that's how easy and quick it is to make one of those studio lights, little 3D elements. So that's all ready now to sit on a card and look beautiful. So let's have a go at dressing the card. I'm going to be using my super quick and easy step card base, which I made on the last video I did, and I think this will look really quite pretty on that. So let's see how we go. So I've had lots of fun with this gorgeous shabby chic collection from Studio Light, which I bought from that cute little Etsy store. The link is on my video here, and this is the card that I've just completed for you. And don't forget to make the foundation. You can find how to do this, which takes a couple of minutes, on a previous video. So that's this beautiful one. This is from the same sheet, the same 3D sheet, and you can see I put lovely little gemstones in the back of this really cozy chair. And the other one was the lovely feminine vase. So beautiful papers, lovely quality, lovely and thick to use, and they just all go together so well. So have a look, see if you like them, and play along with me. I look forward to doing more with these in the next few weeks. My name's Collette. Don't forget to subscribe to my video for more videos like this, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.